You have big dreams. You can see yourself winning. You know exactly what you want to achieve. You watch others doing it and think, I could do that, maybe even better. But when the moment comes to actually start, you say, tomorrow. You scroll your phone. You watch one more video. You plan a little more. If that's you, ambitious but inactive, full of ideas but empty of action, this story will change everything. Because once, there was a man exactly like you, and one brutal realization set him free. Stay with me. In a bustling city, inside a small fifth-floor apartment, lived a 27-year-old man named Daniel. Daniel wasn't ordinary. While his friends worked regular jobs without complaint, Daniel dreamed bigger. He wanted to build a business, write a book, get in shape, learn new skills, change his life, maybe even the world. His walls were covered with sticky notes, goals, plans, timelines, motivational quotes. His bookshelf overflowed with books on success, discipline, and achievement. Every title promised transformation. Every page filled him with excitement. But there was one problem. Daniel never actually did anything. Every morning he woke up with fire in his heart. Today is the day, he told himself. Today I start. By noon, the fire had turned to smoke. By evening, it was ash. I'll start the business next month, he said, when I have more money. I'll write the book next year, he promised, when I have more time. I'll join the gym on Monday, he decided, after I finish this series. His friends stopped asking about his plans. His family stopped believing his promises. Even Daniel knew the truth, though he never said it out loud. He was a dreamer who never did. His mother would visit, see the same apartment, the same sticky notes from 6 months ago, and say gently, "Son, dreams without action are just daydreams." Daniel would nod, feel the sting of shame, then open his laptop and watch videos of successful people. Because watching others succeed was easier than starting himself. Every night lying in bed, one question haunted him. Why am I like this? I'm not stupid. I'm not untalented. I have ambition. So why can't I just start? He felt like a Ferrari parked in a garage. All that power, all that potential, but the engine never turning on. One Saturday afternoon, Daniel met his old college roommate Alex at a coffee shop. They hadn't seen each other in 2 years. Alex looked different, confident, alive, energized. "So, what are you up to these days?" Daniel asked. Alex smiled. "Remember that app idea I mentioned in college? The one everyone said was stupid?" Daniel nodded. He remembered. He had a similar idea himself, but never pursued it. "I built it," Alex said. "Launched 6 months ago. We just hit 50,000 users. I quit my job last month to work on it full-time." Daniel's coffee suddenly tasted like ash. He congratulated Alex, smiled, asked questions, but inside, something cracked. Because 2 years ago, they were the same. Same dreams, same ideas, same potential. The only difference? Alex started. Daniel didn't. That night, Daniel couldn't sleep. He sat at his desk, staring at his vision board. The same goals from 2 years ago, untouched, unreached, unfulfilled. He opened his journal and wrote the words he'd been avoiding for years. I am not unlucky. I am not waiting for the right time. I am not being strategic. I am scared. And I've been using planning as an excuse for not starting. The pen shook as the truth poured out. I'm 27 years old. How many more years will I waste being ambitious but lazy? How many more Alexes will I watch succeed while I stay stuck? He buried his face in his hands and whispered the question that changed everything. What am I so afraid of? The next morning, restless and overwhelmed, Daniel drove to the mountains at the edge of the city. He needed space, air, clarity. He walked up a trail without thinking, when he noticed an old man sitting on a rock, tightening his hiking boots. The man looked about 70, but his eyes were sharp and calm. Starting late? The old man asked, glancing at Daniel's casual clothes. I'm not really hiking, Daniel admitted, just walking, thinking. The old man smiled. The best hikes begin with thinking. I'm Robert, he said. I've been climbing these mountains for 40 years. They talked, or rather, Robert asked questions. And Daniel, for reasons he didn't understand, answered honestly about his dreams, his inaction, his fear. Robert listened quietly. Then he pointed to a distant peak glowing in the morning sun. Beautiful, isn't it? Daniel nodded. From here it looks impossible to reach, Robert said. You know what most people do? Daniel shook his head. They stand here admiring it. They talk about how incredible it would be to reach the top. They buy expensive boots, watch videos, plan routes, but they never take the first step. Robert lifted his heavy, worn backpack. This pack is heavy. The first mile is brutal. You sweat, you doubt, you want to turn back. But if you take that first hard step, then another, the mountain gets closer. He looked straight at Daniel, not because it moved, but because you did. Then Robert said the words Daniel would never forget. You're not lazy. Lazy people don't have dreams. You're scared. Scared that if you start, you might fail. Scared that action might prove you're not as special as you imagine. So you stay in planning mode, where you're still perfect in your head. Daniel felt exposed. How do I stop being scared? He asked. Robert laughed. You don't. You start anyway. He shouldered his pack. The only difference between dreamers and doers, he said, is that doers are willing to suck at the beginning. They're willing to be bad, slow, embarrassed, because starting badly is better than never starting at all. Robert started walking. I'm heading to the waterfall, 2 miles up. You can join me, but here's the rule. No talking about readiness. No excuses about shoes. You either start walking now, or you go back to your car and keep dreaming. Daniel stared at the trail. Steep, unforgiving. Every excuse rushed in. Then he remembered Alex, the vision board, the wasted years. He took one step, then another. Let's go, he said. Robert smiled. Now you're climbing. The first 10 minutes were brutal. Daniel's legs burned. His lungs screamed. Doubt flooded his mind. I can't do this. I should turn back. But Robert kept moving, steady, patient. After 30 minutes, something shifted. His breathing steadied. His steps found rhythm. He stopped thinking about the peak. He just walked. That's the first mile principle, Robert called back. What's that? Daniel asked. Most people quit in the first mile, when it's hardest. But if you push through it, momentum carries you forward. 2 hours later, they reached the waterfall. Daniel stood there exhausted, but proud. Not proud of planning, not proud of dreaming, proud of doing. That night, Daniel sat at his desk. His body ached. His mind was clear. He opened his laptop, not to watch, not to plan, but to act. He created a document titled, My Book, First Draft. He wrote 200 words. Not perfect, not beautiful, but real. The next day, 200 more. The inner critic screamed, This is terrible. You're not ready. He ignored it. Day 3, day 7, day 14. His first chapter, messy, rough, complete. Then something unexpected happened. Starting became easier. He joined the gym that day. Embarrassing first workout, but he returned. He began his business idea, not perfectly, but honestly. 3 months later, Daniel met Alex again. This time, Daniel said, I have 15,000 words. I go to the gym every morning. I'm building the first prototype. Alex smiled. What changed? Daniel said simply, I stopped planning to start. I started badly, but I started. This is not just Daniel's story. It's yours. It's mine. It's everyone stuck between ambition and action. Here's the truth. Dreams don't care about plans. Goals don't care about vision boards. The universe doesn't reward intention. It rewards action. Remember this. You don't need to be ready. You need to start. The first mile is always the hardest. And sucking at the beginning isn't failure. It's the price of admission. So stop watching. Do something. One sentence, one step, one action. Because you're not lazy. You're scared. And the only cure for fear is action. Take the step. Now.